Yeah, wife time.
Okay.
Wife time.
Let me pull up a new doc. I'm gonna need a new doc.
That's fair. I am looking. I have my sheet pulled up now.
Okay.
I know I play a lot of RPG games, but I feel like I'm still slow on the uptake. So please forgive me if I.
You are absolutely good, because I will probably have to like read some notes and stuff for your stuff. Because I read things, but I've read a lot of things.
Yes, so that makes sense because you've been through so many things.
I've been through so many things. It has been a trip. Okay, so I just kind of want to make notes of what Fell's got really quick. I'm gonna make just like a inventory changes kind of deal. Nerds. Player updates. Okay. Fell has a definitely yarrow potion.
Oh my god. I have a secret mix of dialect. I have a little like thief code that can hide messages. That's fun, that's fun.
Oh yeah, that's true. Is thieves can't is what it is?
Yeah, so I can hide secret messages in my conversation. That's really funny.
Fell's nat ones are sending me.
Oh my god, did you just say nat ones?
Yeah, the Fell's nat ones are sending me. Basically, Fell made friends with like a little bee, like at the beginning, and then meets up with that beginning. Yeah, at the beginning, and then sort of like meets back up with that bee, and then was like, "I'd like to make a check to see if that's the same bee." Nat one, and it's like, it's definitely not that bee. Is that even a bee? So now there's a little NPC named Not a Bee.
Oh no. That's so funny.
It's very funny. I love it. Okay. What is this? What is this mention?
I have plus 2 charisma. I like having a good charisma.
The charisma? Okay.
I like the charisma. I like talking myself out of, or talking my way out of things.
Good. I'm glad.
We're into things, you know.
It could be in, it could be out. We just don't know yet. All right, let me make your little thing. Okay. I feel super validated having given y'all an hour and 30 minutes after Fell's session.
Good. Okay, did you guys get like through it really quickly, or?
Oh, we got through all of it. Like, we got through all of it. And we got through it in like a sort of like nice leisurely feeling pace. Like, we didn't feel rushed.
That's good. That's good. We love to hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello there, Pink.
That's me. I'm Pink.
That's you. You're Pink. You're the pink nerd. Let me pull up your adventure. That's hilarious. So canonically, Fell was like the last in the timeline. You are the first in the timeline.
Hi, I'm the first little guy.
Hi, this is the first little guy, Moose. This is That Darn Moose. That Darn Moose is fantastic.
I'm just a little guy.
Give yourself a shout out in chat while I read this.
Oh, okay. All right. I got this. All right, we're gonna try it the new way.
You got this. Do it the new way. I don't know that I have a that darn little guy.
That darn little guy. I did it. That's me. Come check me out if you want. That darn little guy.
That darn little guy. Love that darn little guy. Okay. In the city. You live in the city. Are you ready? Do you need anything from me before we start?
No, I'm ready to just drop myself in and tumble into the story.
Hell yeah. Also, just a heads up, I don't know if you heard when I was talking to Fel, We are going to use the X card, so if for whatever reason something makes you uncomfortable or you just like kind of can't deal with it right now, just throw a little X in the dice rolling chat, and we will just basically skim over it kind of deal. So,
okay, sounds good.
With that said, the city of Harmony is a lively metropolitan. Is a lively I can talk. I can speak. It's a lively metropolitan center. Outdoor markets feature foods and wares from around the realm. A vast library offers citizens free access to tomes of knowledge, where lively entertainment venues feed the soul of the city. For nature lovers, several parks and a surrounding forest provide simpler comforts. One thing unites the city: its vibrant color. The legend of Harmony's founding tells of a magical spark that ignited the lands in spellbinding hues. Nobody knows the origin of the spark, but many have sought its source in the hopes of discovering the extent of its power. Recently, however, a strange phenomenon has shaken the citizens of Harmony. In the past few weeks, color outages have been reported throughout the city, with very few clues as to who or what might be causing them. This morning, you wake up to an unusually colorless day. Worried murmurings can already be heard outside your room. As you look around, you note a scrap of paper has been slipped under your door.
Okay.
The note reads...
I pick up...
Oh, okay, you pick it up.
I pick it up.
You pick it up and you throw it away and you don't read it?
No, I read it! I'm reading!
Okay, you're reading. Okay. The note reads, I know you are a nerd with a particular set of skills. Please meet me in the central marketplace this morning. I will be wearing a suit and horn-rimmed spectacles. Signed, Mr. Honeycutt.
Did you say Mr. Honeycutt?
Mr. Honeycutt.
Mr. Honeycutt. He sounds like a man that I have interests in.
Are you saying you like the cut of his jib?
I like the cut of his jib. I want the honey. Does he sell honey?
From the note, you cannot discern whether or not he sells honey.
Dang. Okay. Well, an interesting person, but I'm not one to say no when I'm needed.
Okay. Are you gonna run straight there?
I guess I'll pick up my little adventurer's bag.
Your little nondescript adventurer's bag.
My little rucksack, and I'll pack my little note in it. And I guess I'm gonna hustle my way out.
Okay.
So I don't got any plans today. This sounds like an adventure.
Sounds like an adventure, and you don't got any plans today. We look at the most schedule. There's nothing on the schedule for today, so
there's nothing on the schedule for today, so I'm free.
So you're free. So you start heading that way. On your way out, the innkeeper, Mauve. You're very familiar with Mauve, just because you've stayed here a handful of times. They actually have breakfast ready for you if you want it.
Actually, I would love some breakfast.
Okay, it's like eggs and French toast and bacon.
Bacon. We love that. And maybe a little coffee.
Oh yeah, there's a little coffee if you want coffee.
And a little coffee, get me going for the day.
She wants to know if you want the special house coffee.
Oh yeah, I always love the special house coffee.
Okay. She grabs the little honey squeezer and she squeezes some honey into your coffee.
I love that. I love that for me.
Okay.
They treat me right here. I give them a tip.
That's why you keep coming back. That's why she can't get rid of you. Nor does
Absolutely.
She want
to. I am a delight.
You're a delight.
Any place is lucky to have me here.
Your establishment is lucky to have me as a esteemed clientele.
As an esteemed clientele. I keep out the riffraff.
You keep out the riffraff. I mean, yeah, you threw out old Joe Schmarmy last week. He was causing trouble.
Joe Schmarmy ain't got nothing on me.
He got nothing on you. Old Joe Schmarmy's a menace to society, and you threw him out. You know better.
I know better. He was causing trouble for my favorite place. I'm not gonna let him stay.
You're not gonna cause more trouble. Schmarmy do that?
Absolutely not. I'm a nerd of the people.
A nerd of the people.
I'm a nerd of the people, and the people is Miss Mauve.
Miss Mauve. I really appreciate you throwing Joe out last week. He was causing quite a riot.
No problem. Anything to keep the peace here. My favorite in breakfast.
I know what you like. That's why I always serve it up fresh.
You know me so well. I always appreciate you, Miss Mauve. the heavy southern accent.
The heavy southern. Well, it's heavy southern tavern. This is heavy southern inn.
Sometimes they have like chicken and waffles as a like specialty.
They call it the heavy southern comfort. And it's called heavy just because the food is very heavy. It's very
and it's so good. It's worth it.
It's worth it.
All right, Miss Mauve, I'm gonna be heading out. Thank you for this coffee to go.
Well, enjoy. I got you them special to go cups. I know how you like to take it on the go. I gave you a little honey stick so you can put a little honey in later.
You always do me right, Miss Maeve. I'll be back later.
I know how to run a business, huh?
And then I like give a little wave as I hustle on out.
All right, you hustle on out the door. All right, so you are headed to the Central Market. That's about 10 minutes away, so you're on your way. And then you get there. The sprawling Central Market of Harmony is a maze of shops, stalls, and a riot of sounds and sights. Face painters and storytellers delight their audiences. Vendors sell all kinds of wares, from the lanterns to shoes to spell components. The scent of delicious treats wafts through the air. You can pretty much find whatever you want here. There's good stuff everywhere.
And they do have good stuff everywhere.
Speaking of, there's a little nerd that you are familiar with. They're kind of up to no good right now, it looks like. They seem like they're spying one of those honeyed treats. And they seem like they're trying their skill set. They're sort of your self-proclaimed prodigy.
Okay, well, first of all,
yeah.
Oh no, I'm listening.
Okay. Essentially, this little nerd child attached themselves to you, and they saw you do like a sleight of hand one time, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen! Oh, I love that! You're so cool! You're amazing! Pink, would you teach me everything you know? I need to know how to do that! It's just so good! And oh my god, you're my hero, Pink!" That's the gist.
I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. I'm the first little guy. I'm a little guy.
Yeah. And so it looks like they're about to try to swipe something. It does not go well for them. They get their little nerd foot hand smacked away, and they sort of slink off. But then they spy you and they run right up. Oh my god, Pink! What are you doing today?
Well, hello, little guy. I'm just out for a nice little walk.
Well, that's great.
I've been having my morning coffee. I like dip it up to the air.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Finish it off.
It looks so good. Could you show me that sleight of hand again? I tried it and it just didn't work. And I think my technique is wrong or something. I don't know. I saw you do it and it was just so good that time that you did it. And I can't seem to emulate that time that you did it. But I think if you do it again, then I could definitely emulate it that time you did it.
Well, first of all, we don't use sleight of hand in the market.
Oh.
Not from our good people.
Okay.
Not from the good people from our neighborhood. These are our neighbors.
Oh, okay. Not even Joe Schmarmy?
Okay, for Joe Schmarmy, that you can do that. That one's allowed.
Okay, I can rob Joe Schmarmy. I got it. Okay, thanks.
You can rob Joe Schmarmy is on the list of okay people to rob.
All right, I got it. Joe
but
Schmarmy,
your good people,
okay.
Your neighbors, no, they're all trying to make a living in this market.
Okay.
Joe Schmarmy causes problems, so you're allowed.
Okay.
In fact, that there's like a kind of an unsavory looking guy in the corner, just looking kind of skeevy. So
he does look kind of skeevy, and he's kind of looking around. He looks, I don't know. He's got something about him that just looks like he's up to no good.
He is up to no good, and I think I recognize him as someone who causes a little trouble. So you know what? I'll perform a little sleight of hand.
Okay.
And show my little guy, this little kid, a little demonstration.
Oh my god, I can't wait. They're gonna do the thing, and I'm just so excited.
What do I gotta roll for that?
You gotta roll a sleight of hand.
I gotta roll a sleight of hand. Let me look.
Roll a sleight of hand.
I'm like, okay, it's a dexterity.
Yeah, it's a dexterity type check.
Is it the modifier plus the what's on the thing?
Let me go look at your character sheet, because I think it should say somewhere on there like
it says sleight of hand +5, but then the modifier is +3. So is it the 5?
Or it's going to be the 5 is what it's going to be.
Okay.
Basically the so the +3 is the like your dexterity itself, but I think since you're proficient in it, it's got an extra stat or something to it.
Okay. So that would be, I just hit a d20 and then I'll add 5 to it?
Yeah, you'll just hit a d20 and add 5 to it.
Okay. Let's see. +5. That's 13 + 5. That's 18.
That's 18. That's really good. Are you going for like his wallet? What's the game plan here?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm going for a few coins. Not the whole wallet. I'm just gonna take a few coins.
Okay. Well, that's the kind of score where you manage to snag like the whole wallet, and you kind of like get to go through it for a hot second and sort of take your pick. I guess you get a couple gold out of there. There's like a folded up note.
Ooh, a note? What does the note say?
The note is signed by a mysterious JS. And it says it's got a sort of like it's got a meeting time in the market, basically, like later tonight.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. I note the meeting time just in case.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I take a few coins. I put the wallet back.
Okay. All right. When eventually you sort of saunter back over, unseen. Yeah.
And then I throw a couple of the coins to the kid.
So the kid's like in awe. The kid is just shook. Like the coins actually kind of smack the kid in the face because the kid is just so awestruck and just can't even handle.
Oh my god, that was the coolest! You're my hero!
And they sort of eventually manage to get themselves together, and they grab up the coins, and then they go buy themselves that little treat that they were trying to steal earlier.
Yeah, a little treat.
They're like honey-covered Rice Krispie treats.
They have good taste. Honey is good.
Mm-hmm.
We love honey in this part of the city.
They seem like they're probably like, after they met you, they took up eating like a lot of honey, and you kind of get the vibe that they're convinced that if they eat enough honey, like it'll make them more like you or something like that.
Understandable. Oh. Okay, well after that, while he's eating his honey treat, I'm heading over to meet with Mr. Honeycutt.
All right, you're going to meet Mr. Honeycutt. Eventually, as you wander through the stalls, you eventually find Mr. Honeycutt, who seems to be kind of he's sort of a small guy with like horn-rimmed glasses. And he sort of he sort of like motions you like into an alleyway kind of deal. Just sort of trying to get away from the crowd for like a little bit of privacy, essentially.
Okay. I guess I take a little peek. Do I have to do a perception check?
No, you don't have to do a perception.
All right, well, I peek around, make sure thing's good.
Yeah, I mean, it seems fine, honestly.
I slidle in.
It's just sort of slide, like it just looks like sort of a deserted kind of alleyway. Nothing like y'all are kind of sus because you're like, but he doesn't seem hostile, is I guess what I'm saying. And you see his glasses actually like sort of glow for a hot second as he sort of looks you up and down really quick.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of weird though. You are kind of like, that's a little odd, but okay. And he says, he finally speaks and he says, "Forgive the scrutiny, but I need to be sure you weren't a doppelganger. This is very big, Pink. This is very big. One can never be too cautious, especially in these colorless times where the fate of harmony itself hangs in the balance. My name is Mr. Honeycutt, and I belong to the Lorekeeper Society. You haven't heard of us, but we've been watching you, and right now we need your help. You see..."
Oh, I lean against the wall a little, listening.
"You see, have you noticed how the colors about have been fading, right?"
I sure have noticed that a little, that's true.
Well, the Lorekeeper Society and we're trying to figure out who's behind this, who or what is happening to cause this to happen. We're not sure yet. We're doing our best, but our resources are kind of limited on them. We really don't have any breakthroughs yet. But we know that there are these gems scattered about, and we'd like you to collect one if you are willing. There is a mine near here, and we believe that the coral gem is in that mine, and it could help us to reverse what is going on currently.
Well, I'm not one to say no. I do enjoy a good colorful day myself. I have noticed the dissipating color, and it's not good.
Quite unsettling, it ain't good, isn't it? Right?
It ain't good. No.
It's
not on my watch.
It quite ain't good. So
I'm willing to take this up. If you think it'll help.
It absolutely will help, and it will make all the difference. So what I need from you is we hid a gem at some point for safekeeping centuries ago. It's a very ancient secret society, but you've never heard of it, so we're quite good at keeping secrets.
Well, I mean, I am too myself. I understand,
and that's why we contacted you. We think you will be quite discreet in this matter. So there used to be these catacombs under the Candy. Do you remember Candy Mountain? It's quite near here.
Candy Mountain.
Yes,
I do quite
Candy
remember.
Mountain.
Yes. Candy Mountain, yes, I do quite remember Candy Mountain.
You see, it used to be a bustling mine, but now it's been abandoned. So we thought it would be the perfect place to hide a gem because it's abandoned. No one would go there. It's a perfect place for safekeeping. Unfortunately, we do need the gem back because we're trying to deal with this whole colorless affair. So if you could go to the mines and fetch it for us, there are two paths you could take to get to the mines that are quite direct.
Okay.
So near the Central Market, not too far from here, there's a hidden fake wall, you see. So you could go that way. It's a secret way into the mines. That mine holds many secrets. And however, it hasn't been investigated in a while, and it could be quite perilous because we're not quite sure how the tunnel has held up over the years. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is you could just go to the base of Candy Mountain and just go the entrance that way to the old abandoned mine. But the whole complex is surrounded by like this slippery stone wall, and there's kind of the thing that's made this a bit more dire is there's these strange faceless guards hanging about, and I'm not quite sure what that's about. It's supposed to be abandoned, and suddenly it's not abandoned.
So we're a little bit worried.
Ah, that does sound a little concerning. You say faceless guards?
Yes, they're faceless. They have no faces.
They have no faces. That is quite concerning.
It is quite the concerning conundrum.
I'm sure I could disguise myself and slip through. Do you think one or the other way would be faster? Would it be faster to go to the tunnel, or?
We're not particularly sure. The tunnel is sort of a shortcut, we suspect, but honestly, we don't know how dangerous it might be, because it was cut out of the stone, like back in the day. My notes have told me that it was sort of cut into the stone, and it may be less than stable. Yes, less than stable. Quite not up to code. So you could take the shortcut that is not up to code, or you could take the entrance. But honestly, after this long, I don't think either is quite up to code. So it really is your discretion. I'm leaving it to your discretion, because you are a professional. You have quite the reputation.
Let's see. If the tunnel is not quite stable, it could collapse. That could be a danger in of itself. But then if I go to the front, I might have to fight my way through some guards. I'm going to have to think this through a little.
Absolutely, I understand. You have to consider your options.
I might just go straight from the base of the mountain. I think that might be the best course of action here. I would hate to get, caved in the tunnel, and then I'd have to, dig my way through. That could take a long time,
It could take quite the long time. I quite understand. Yes. We appreciate this. Here is, and he hands you a potion of healing. I hope that you will not need this, but I would like to give it to you just in case you should need it. One can never be quite too prepared. Do you understand?
No, I quite understand. It's better to be more prepared than less.
Exactly.
And I guess I just nod and, what does the crystal look like? The gem look like?
It's gem shaped. It is coral colored, is what my notes say. I suppose coral is some shade of maybe a darkish shade of pink.
Pink? Okay.
Sure.
And then, do we know the location of the gem, or am I gonna have to fumble around in the mountain?
We suppose you will probably have to fumble around in the mountain. Just
okay,
a bit,
very well.
Just a touch. We don't know the exact location, but we do know that it was in the mines.
Okay, fair enough. I will take on this search myself.
Thank you.
I tip my hat and I see if I need anything else from them. Any last words?
Are you threatening me?
No. Any last information before I head out?
Oh,
no, I'm not. I'm not threatening.
I'm sorry. Just anytime anybody has asked me any last words, which has been a bit more than I'm quite comfortable with, but it's always been a threat. You understand? You understand why I was a bit wary when you asked me any last words. Oh. No, I believe I've given you all the information that I have.
Very well. I tip my little hat on my coffee that I'm almost finished with, and I head on my journey.
Alrighty. Okay, so you chose.
On my way out, I would also like a little honey treat.
Okay, you drop by and get yourself a little honey treat. I mean, you got money.
A snack for the road. I might get hungry in the mountain.
They're delicious.
They're delicious.
Absolutely delicious. Okay, so you're on your way. You are headed to
Candy Mountain.
Candy Mountain. You know this way. It's a mountain. It's Candy Mountain. It's got a little bit of a reputation for being just kind of a spooky old deserted type place. Nobody really goes there unless you're kind of up to no good. So that's kind of the gist of that. And you're just kind of walking along the path. Now this is kind of a, what's the word? It's not economic. I guess mercantile. It's kind of a mercantile type road that you're taking to get there, at least part of the way. So you kind of have like every now and then a horse or a wagon or whatever the nerd-shaped equivalent. Do nerds have horses? I mean, they have bees, apparently. So yes, there are horses.
Bees?
Bees. You can ask Fel about it later.
Very well.
So yeah, you've kind of got horses and carts just kind of going by. And everything kind of, it's strange. You hear a static sound, kind of like the static from a TV, which is a bit peculiar because you've never heard that sound. And it's not one that you have what's the word? It's not one that you necessarily have a reference point for. So it's kind of weird hearing it and recognizing what it is. And so you hear this sort of static noise, and the stuff around you just sort of stops.
Huh.
Which is a bit
That's
strange.
weird.
Like, that horse should not be stopping, like, mid-step. That's not really what horses do.
Huh, that's weird.
And you feel a very unnatural presence. When you look around, there's sort of a hooded...
I disguise myself as a... No, okay.
Oh, you can go for it. You want to disguise yourself really quick?
I disguise myself as a bush. Hold on, it's bush time.
All right, I guess make a deception check.
What's that? Okay, it's +4. Okay, I rolled a 2 +4.
Okay. All right. So you disguise yourself as a bush. All right. And what you see is it looks like a floating robed figure, sort of a hooded floating robed figure. Like they're kind of hovering off the ground. Mm-hmm. And you get the vibe they're looking directly at you.
That's great. I envision myself at this point just picking up some twigs
and
with like leaves on them.
They sigh. It's the weariest sigh you've ever heard. With a touch of static. Do you really think that's going to work?
Oh no, I just wanted to do it for the fun.
Okay. I suppose.
Just a little laugh before we embark on this.
I suppose
meeting.
There's nothing wrong with a little laugh, Moose. Hello again. It's good to see you. I'm glad you seem to be doing well. I have an offer for you. And I quite hope you'll take me up on it. I know that you're looking for a gemstone, and I would quite like it if you would give me the gemstone instead. I will give you a gem in return that will, for all our purposes, essentially be practically the same. It will still solve whatever problem it is they're trying to solve here, whatever your quest is. It will be basically the same, but I want that coral gem. So if you promise to give me the coral gem, I'll give you a replacement, and I'll sweeten the pot. I'll throw this in. And he holds up a key.
Huh.
And...
Man.
I'm sorry, the hut is sending me.
It's a key.
It's a key. The stem of the key is red. And the back base of the key looks like it's got one of those kind of theater type masks where it looks like it is both crying and laughing, like on each half of the face.
Can I roll for deception?
Yeah, you can roll for deception.
Can I try to make it seem like I might be on his side?
Yeah, you can try to make it seem like you're on his side.
So let's see, 11 plus 4.
That's not bad. That's 15, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying then you will?
I might be willing.
You might be willing.
Might be willing.
Okay. So when you get the gemstone, I'll be back. I'll be back to collect. And this
is yours. Enjoy it. I hope you have fun on your fun little adventure. And I'll see you when I come to collect.
But what's your name?
Oh, you can just call me Nathan. Nathan's enough.
Nathan.
Nathan's enough.
That's an interesting name. Nathan.
Oh, why do you say it like that?
I don't know. It's an interesting name. Never heard of any nerds named Nathan.
I'm not a nerd. I think we both know that I'm not a nerd.
It's true. We do know that.
And
Nathan.
I think we both know I'm not even of this world, but...
I'll see you around, Nathan.
I'll see you around, Moose. Have fun. And he tosses you the key, and then he blips out of existence.
Wait, he gave me that key?
Yeah, he gave you the key.
He didn't even wait to see if I would give him the curl gem.
No, he said his offer was that you would agree to give him the thing when you got it, and he'd give you the thing.
Interesting.
That was his offer.
Interesting.
He just wanted you to agree. Okay.
I'm in trouble.
But you have a key.
I do have a key.
You do have a key. All right. Now that he's gone, reality seems to catch up with itself, and the carts go back to going by. One of the horses is startled by a bush that suddenly appeared in the road.
All right, I throw my twigs down and I keep going.
Okay.
I'm concerned at what the future may hold, but I'm not ready to quit.
All right. So let's see. You're taking path 2. Okay. You find it with no trouble. And there, standing above you, is this beautiful but much abandoned Candy Mountain.
Candy Mountain.
An overgrown dirt road leads up to a rusty iron gate set in a stone wall. 2 guards that look like armored gray mannequins stand to either side of the gate. They have no discernible features. These seem to be the faceless guards that Mr. Honeycutt was talking about.
Very interesting. Do I think I could disguise myself as them and slide by? Maybe.
You think that's a possibility?
I mean, it could be a possibility.
It could be a possibility. Is that the plan?
I think so. Maybe I could just sneak my way through. Okay. I'm a little guy.
If you think you can sneak your way through, make a deception check for me.
I'm just a little guy. Maybe I can. Okay. Okay, got a 6 plus 4.
A 6 plus 4. That sounds like a 10.
That is definitely a 10.
Okay, so you sort of, like, you got a lot of your outfit, like, right. Like, you sort of got the guarded armor look. You just forgot, like, one key feature to this.
It's the face.
It's the face. It is the face. You forgot that they do not have faces.
Listen, I am... Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know.
They know exactly, and they come at you.
Maybe they do know. Maybe they do know.
I guess if you want, you could make a dexterity check to try to flee.
Well...
Or do you want to fight them?
Well...
What do you want to do?
How many of them are they?
There are... We'll say about 4.
All right. I guess I will do the fighting. They'll be out here when I'm leaving anyways. Might as well clean up now. Might as well clean up now.
Okay. All right. I guess if that's the case, let's roll initiative.
All right. Me looking at my initiative. Okay, my initiative bonus is +3.
Okay.
4. plus 3 is 7.
4 plus 3.
The dice do not like me today.
They do not like you today. It's okay.
I used all of my luck in my previous campaign.
They go after you.
Great.
All right, so there's 4 of these bad boys.
I just die in the beginning.
You just die in the beginning. Okay, what do you want to do? How are you going to handle this? Or do you want to go directly into combat, or do you want to try to handle it in a different way? You're allowed.
Well, maybe I could ask them, you know, what are they up to? Like, what are they up to out here? What you guarding? What you got over here? You know, we don't have to fight. Doesn't have to be like this, you know?
You sort of like, I think it seems like you like pull your dagger out defensively, and then they pull their weapons out defensively, and then you guys kind of look at each other for a moment, and then you kind of put it away, and you're like, you know, what's up, guys? And
what's up, guys? What do y'all got over here?
They look confused, and they sort of glance at each other, and they glance at their weapons. And they kind of shrug for a moment, and then they just kind of go back to their stations because it seems like you're not moving.
They don't hear me talking.
They don't seem to respond.
Oh, interesting.
They just kind of go back to their.
And if I like take a step forward,
the weapons come back out.
I freeze.
They freeze.
Can I do stealth?
Yeah, you can.
I don't know how stealth works.
That's okay. That's all right. So, for stealth, what you're probably gonna need to do first is probably back it up.
All right, I'm backing up.
Okay, you back it up. All right. I guess make a stealth check for me. You have a stat.
Okay, let me look. Okay. Oh, okay. A little stealth check.
A little stealth check. What you got there? How we doing?
I got a 2 + 7.
You got a 2 + 7. Now, if you describe stuff for me, I will give you advantage on rolls. Also.
Okay. Yeah, and describe what type of, and like what way?
Yeah, like what kind of, how are you sneaking in? What's the plan? And honestly, if it's a good enough plan, I'm not gonna make you roll. So you're not at the dice's discretion if you give me like a good like, oh yeah, that'd totally work.
Okay, so we're at Candy Mountain. Are there?
Yeah. Okay.
Are the guards in particular like particularly focused on anything? Just mostly movement, right?
Yeah, mostly movement. Like they seem like they don't really mess with you unless you like you go up.
Can I like? Can I take some like pebbles or rocks from anywhere and just like keep throwing them in a direction to like pull their attention elsewhere and just move past them?
You can. So you start throwing rocks, and you notice that they're definitely interested like in the rocks.
Of course, they're like nice little shiny rocks from by Candy Rock Mountain.
You throw all these rocks, and they just kind of keep following and then they're watching the spot, like waiting for another rock to come. Throw another one. Roll one more stealth for me. But this one will have advantage since you've created a distraction.
All right. So
you're skipping stones.
No, I got a 19 + 7. Let's finally.
Okay. You basically what you managed to do is like you just keep throwing rocks, and for whatever reason, that seems to be working.
It is enough.
It's enough. I think it's also because like your rocks hit the ground and then they like kind of roll a little bit, so you've got like a little extra time. So you kind of stop, throw little rock rolls, make more movement, then you throw another rock and it rolls, and then you make more movement, and then it takes a while, this plan, but you know it works, and you end up on the other side of these guys. So I mean,
let's go.
You may be a little bit weary because you had to throw a lot of rocks. But fortunately, it's a mountain. There are a lot of rocks.
It is a mountain. There's so many rocks.
There's so
many
rocks.
The rocks do be rocking.
The rocks do be rocking. Okay. So there does seem to be a stone wall around that you come upon.
Okay.
It seems to be around the like there's sort of a stone wall like protecting like a mining camp basically. Which you notice.
Okay.
It seems like the guards were at like the previous sort of area. So if you want, you can scale the wall. You can try to go through the gate. Up to you.
Do I see anything on the other side of the gate?
On the other side of the gate is just it's like a little mining town. You can see the entrance to the mine. Oh, actually, I read this wrong. The gate is not locked.
Yahoo! I'm gonna just walk through the gate.
Right, so you just walk in.
I'm gonna just go straight through.
So you do go straight through, but you will need to make me another stealth check.
Oh boy.
Because it does look like there are little lizard people running around.
Oh dang it.
And it looks like they're mining.
Ooh, 13 plus 7?
Yeah, that's perfect. You managed to go through like I'm
just sliding through.
They actually look like they look like they're getting ready for their next shift, but they're not like on their next shift. And they look like they're kind of taking a break. They
need a union.
They need a union. And you hear
tired.
one of them complaining, just like, man, I'm not paid enough for this. This is exhausting work. And I'm sick of this place. Are you sick of this, Charles? Like, I'm starting to hate Candy Mountain. Like,
Yeah. Can I whisper something that sounds like it's closer to them than it actually is?
Yes.
Can I just whisper?
I will
you guys
allow
need
you.
a union.
Okay, so you say you need a union, and little Kobold's like, "You're right, Charles. We should form a union." God, I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. Like Mr. Greystone, he ain't got nothing on this. He wants us to find that damn rock. We should unionize. He can't fire all of us. And we'll tell everybody there's that dang gemstone rock whatever in here. What's he gonna do? We'll unionize. Here, go get the boards and stuff. Go get the markers. And they start setting on that, and you don't have to worry about them at all. They seem very busy now.
They're vibing. They're figuring it out. Good for them.
Now this next door though is locked.
Oh boy.
It's got like a little keypad lock.
Good. Okay. All right. Time for me to test my lock picking skills.
Okay, you gonna test your lock picking skills?
Yes. That would be looks at the camera.
Let's take a look. What you got here?
What is lock picking skills?
It's a sleight of hand, it looks like.
Okay, cool.
Sleight of hand, right. I think, is your bread and butter.
9 plus 5.
9 plus 5. What is that?
14.
14. That does it.
Yahoo!
You managed to pop open that lock, and you open that iron gate, and you get that bad boy going. All right, you are making your way into the mine proper. Let's see. Hey, let me pull up a second thing so I can look at this map while you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it looks like. Okay, so you open the gate, and you reveal a staircase carved from the stone that descends into the dark. Footprints are visible in the dust, and cobwebs have been broken recently. And you can tell it's definitely because of the kobolds and stuff that are going in and back and forth and whatnot.
Okay. I guess I just keep forging my way through.
Forging on. As you enter, you see like a little room. It's a roughly hewn 30-foot square room that still has old rusted picks, shovels, crowbars, a wheelbarrow, a wooden mining cart in it. Everything is covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. A sloped passage exits to the north. Footprints can be seen all over the floor, but most head north. It looks like the mining cart, actually, as you're sort of looking through everything, is still operational, but it seems really, squeaky.
Oh. That could be fun.
Oh, yeah? You gonna hop in there?
I don't know, mate. Is there any, like, something that I can use to oil it to make it less squeaky?
Give me like a perception check to sort of look.
All right, let's see.
Look around and see if you can't find.
Passive perception 12. Okay, so I just rolled the dice. There's nothing.
Yeah, you're gonna roll the dice and you're gonna add your.
Yeah, 14.
You got 14 on the dice.
Yeah.
And it looks like you.
Oh, +2. 16.
So you gotta see. Yeah. Okay, so you're sort of looking around. You actually backtrack a little bit. You remember you saw some like near that mining area, kind of near where those kobolds were hanging out, but they're not hanging out there anymore. So you just sort of creep over there really quick. You grab the little oil can, you just and yeah, you just and you fix up that mine cart, and it's beautiful. It is silent.
All right. I'm gonna ride that mine cart.
You're gonna ride that mine cart.
I don't know where this gem is, but I know a good time when I see it.
Fair.
Maybe it'll come to me as I go. We're lucky like that.
Okay, so you go down the minecart. Where does the minecart lead? And it takes you through the mine shafts.
I do some silent, like, hand in the air motions as if I'm on a roller coaster.
Hell yeah. I mean, it feels like a roller coaster because it's like the tracks are still kind of rickety and whatnot, and are kind of like lean tilt. You notice that there's like along the way, you notice like really pretty, like, it looks like, yeah, you know what that is? That's rock candy.
Oh boy, I love.
And it looks like that's kind of what people have been mining here. It looks delicious. Like, it's been one of the things that they've been mining.
It is Candy Mountain.
Okay, it's not going to take you through there. Okay. When you... So it's actually... It looks like it's taking you, like, deep into the mines. And so you pass, like, a couple, like, I want to say 2 or 3 sort of offshooting paths. Because this cart seems like it just goes straight through. And...
Worm?
Huh?
I said worm?
Hell yeah. And so what happens is you sort of glide right into the middle of 2 kobolds bickering.
Oh.
They don't see you yet. But what you grasp from the room is there's these 2 kobolds who are bickering. They look like they are arguing about a stone box.
Okay.
And there's a 3rd kobold there that you didn't quite notice at first because he's lying unconscious on the floor and he's got a little needle sticking out of his neck.
Oh.
And one of them is arguing and is like, Gribbets, I told you we should have never taken that job. You can't work for Mr. Greystone like that and expect to come. Look what he did to poor Nerzel. Poor Nerzel here. We're trying to open this dang box and it shoots him full of one of them. What is that, a needle? We can't do this anymore, man. When we got married, we said that we would stop this life and we would go somewhere better, and we just keep doing this. It's like, I know, I'm sorry. We don't have the funds to really do much of anything else, man. We, like, I wanted to take you, I wanted to take the three of us on, like, a really nice honeymoon, but, like, we can't, in this economy, you can't afford it. And then the other one kind of starts crying. It's like, at this point, we're gonna end up dead. Is Darcy even gonna be okay?
Oh. This is a very riveting conversation that I stumbled upon.
Yeah, you stumbled upon something, huh? Also, good apple boy. Thank you for the lurk.
I'm gonna pipe up and say, did you know that Mr. White is hiring over on the east side of town? They're looking for a lot of new staff.
Is this a deception, or do you actually know a Mr. White who is hiring?
I know a Mr. White who might be hiring.
Okay.
They're opening up a new store, like kind of like it's like a supermarket style store, but like, you know, they're aiming to sell like a variety of goods, you know, instead of specializing in one type. And it's a big ambitious project, you know, but he's looking for more hands.
The kobolds just kind of stare at you for a moment, just wide-eyed, just like...
It's less dangerous than working here. I'm just saying.
They kind of have the who
are
the hell?
Are you guys even unionized in this area?
You can't unionize! Mr. Greystone stomped out every union!
Yeah, that's why you should be working for Mr. White instead.
Okay, well...
there's plenty of positions open. I'm sure you'll find something that fits you.
And where is he?
He's over on the east side of town.
Okay. That sounds...
There's some, like, flyers on the like, community bulletin board over there. He's opened up, you know, big, like a supermarket. It's a big endeavor, and he's, you know, short quite a few hands. So I know he's looking.
And the other kobolds.
The pay doesn't sound bad, you know.
They start nudging like Krivitz. Just think about it. You know, maybe we could do that. You know, it does. We wouldn't have to mine anymore. You know, I don't think a supermarket is going to be nearly as dangerous as, you know.
And if you don't like talking to people, you know, there's always stocking, like the night shift, stocking the shelves and stuff. They always need, you know, people around.
Okay, all right. Who are you?
I mean, I'm just your resident little guy.
Oh,
I'm looking for some stuff.
Okay.
I'm hunting down some things, you know.
All right.
I'm just your friendly neighborhood little guy.
Okay.
You could call me Moose or Pink.
Moose or Pink. Okay, Moose is a very peculiar name, but all right.
I'm just a peculiar little guy.
I'm gathering that. Well,
how did you guys get roped into this?
We got hired to. There's this Mr. Greystone guy, and we need funds, and God, he's looking for some gemstone. I don't know why everybody's after this damn thing. I just can't do this anymore. You know,
it sounds like a very dangerous endeavor, and I was hearing some guys talking out back about how poorly you all have been treated. I'm just saying, Mr. White wouldn't do you like that.
Really?
Really, Mr. White is an upstanding citizen, very pleasant. I've had a couple run-ins with him. He had a, you know, like a small market stall at one point, but now he's done pretty well for himself and he's expanding the business. But it sounds good, like a nice little supermarket with like a lot of variety. It sounds good.
That sounds fantastic. I mean, that sounds better than fighting off adventurers and.
Don't think you would get hit by any needles, you know, in Mr. White's environment. Now, Mr. Greystone, he doesn't seem like he values you guys at all, you know?
He does not. He reminds us daily that we are expendable.
No, you guys are definitely not expendable. You deserve better than this.
Thank you.
Mr. White will treat you better, I promise.
And the other kobold's like, see, I keep telling you that. Like, we're worth more. And the other one's like, it's hard to find a job, okay? Everybody looks at us and they think we're like snarly beasts or something, all right? It's a mess.
No. Mr. White, he's been pretty good. He's been pretty good. He won't judge anyone based on their appearance. He judges based off of, you know, your work ethic and the important things, the stuff that's inside, you know.
Does he require a resume?
He just requires, you know, just a cover letter, you know.
Cover letter?
And then if you just talk about your like skill set and what you do, you don't even have to mention like Mr. Black or anything.
Okay.
Just highlight what you're good at.
Who's Mr. Black?
I'm in Mr. Greystone. let's not talk about that. Mr. Black was one of my old employers. He's a lot like Mr. Greystone. He didn't treat me very well.
Oh, I got you.
It's giving me, it's, you know, it just reminds me.
Okay.
Little flashbacks, yeah.
More flashbacks. I get you. Will my inability to read be a problem?
Absolutely not. Because you can get verbal instructions, and once you get into the pace of the job, you'll be totally fine.
Okay. Honestly,
there's like a lot of things you could do outside of reading, you know? You don't have to work the cash register.
I think I'm sold, honestly. We really got to get him to a doctor.
Absolutely. Maybe you guys can take this minecart and, you know, maybe that'll get you out of here faster.
Actually, that sounds great. Thank you. And they start loading him up on the... Should we take a needle out? What do we do?
Do I know if it's a good idea to take the needle out?
I
don't
make
know.
Like a medicine check. That would be... I don't know if that's a stat that you have. If not,
would it be like
a wisdom?
Arcana or investigation, insight, perception?
So if you want to know, like, if you know what, you could do an Arcana. I would allow an Arcana.
Okay, we'll try an Arcana.
Okay, so an Arcana.
Okay, it's 3 + 3.
It's 3 + 3.
I don't know that. I'm not super
magic, maybe.
You know, I'm not super medically inclined, so can't tell you that. But maybe, but maybe you guys will get it figured out. I believe in you. Okay. You can do it.
Like, you know what? We're just gonna take him to the doctor. We're just gonna, and they load him up on the minecart and they take off.
Well, that was a fun ride. Let me take a peek at this chest.
All right, so you take a peek at the chest. The chest seems to be locked.
It does seem to be locked. I wonder...
You try to pick it up. It does not budge. This thing is, like, practically embedded into the ground. It's not that it's, like, attached to the ground. It's that it seems to weigh, like, tons.
Tons, okay.
You actually recognize the stone it's made out of. It's something called quartzite, which is an exceptionally heavy stone, and it's a very hard type of stone. It looks like you can try to do something about the lock on it. So if you want to try to pick that is going to be a sleight of hand check.
I guess I will attempt to pick the lock.
Okay.
Pick the lock and pray.
Pick the lock and pray.
Woo! Okay,
you got it. You nailed
17 plus whatever that was. Sleight of hand +5.
Okay. You did it. And you didn't even have to resort to your key. Look at that. Look at you go. I
just like the key because it's pretty.
It is pretty. It's a very pretty, very aesthetic key. All right, so you managed to unlock the box, and it looks like there is a gemstone in there about the size of your fist.
Is there a way I can take it and hide it?
I think that would be like a deception type check, unless you tell me like how you're hiding it.
Let's see. What am I? I'm a little nerd. I would like to wrap it in a piece of cloth.
Okay. And
tie it around my neck under my cape.
Okay, so you're hiding it like under your cape, under your clothes. Okay.
Yeah. Is there like any other type of stones that look comparable?
There was some rock candy around.
Okay.
It's like almost the same shade.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna take this rock. I'm gonna try to mosey on out.
Okay, so you're taking that. You said are you taking some rock candy? Is that what you said?
I might take some rock candy too.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna hold some rock candy.
Okay.
In my hand, and I'm gonna book it out.
All right, you book it out. Okay.
I'm gonna book it out.
You just do you just run? Is that how you get out? You just run?
Yeah, I'm just sprinting it. I'm sprinting.
You run by like a bunch of kobolds holding like unionized today signs. I'm
gonna as I pass them, I'm gonna say, "Good for you guys, good for you."
And then you pass by like the faceless guards who seem like they don't really care. They're just kind of there to keep you out. So I mean, you're already on your way out. They don't seem to mind.
Yeah, I like your masks, fellas, and I'm gonna keep going.
One of them sort of, you glance back and you notice that one of them sort of like fans their little mask.
I'm trying to run,
and you just keep running, and you just keep running, and you're running along the road, and you don't stop. You just kind of keep running. But the world around you stops as you're running. And you hear it.
That's fun.
The telltale sound of TV static.
There's like 2 ways I can play this.
And as you're running, and you glance back, there's just kind of this figure hovering, just kind of keeping pace with you. I've come to collect, Moose.
Let's see. Oh goodness. Do I roll for perception? Do I roll for performance?
Yeah, what's the plan here, buddy?
I don't know what the plan is, and at this point I'm too afraid.
You can keep running, but I will keep pace with you. I promise. Just give me what's mine. We did make a deal, didn't we?
Let's see. Can I... Let's see.
Did you enjoy your key? Did you even use it?
Honestly, I just liked the way it looked. It's kind of... It's pretty. I didn't really need it. The box was already open.
Oh.
I did find this, and I throw it at him.
What are you throwing?
I'd like toss it to him. Like, I did find this.
The gem?
No, it's the rock candy.
It's the rock candy. All right, let me.
Can I roll for like performance? To convince
I think this is more a deception type deal, but I will give you advantage because you did use the rock candy. You've got sort of a fairly suitable substitute.
Oh, a nat 20.
Nat 20?
Oh, yeah. +4. So the box was already open, but I found this in it.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
I didn't realize the key was for that. I thought it was just a nice little trinket.
The key is for many things. I hope you'll enjoy it.
Thank you. It's very nice. Thank you.
It is called the Key of Joy and Despair, actually.
Oh, that makes sense. The aesthetic feels very much like that.
Exactly. I thought you'd like it, which is why I brought it to you. I know how you feel about keys.
I do enjoy a good key.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you being so reasonable. And he hands you something, and it looks exactly like the coral gem. And you even feel like it's almost got a touch of magic, kind of in the same way.
Yeah.
And says, with that, I'll be off. Thank you for being so reasonable. And then I
salute him. And then I pull out my honey snack and I start munching.
Pop, he's gone.
Woo! I'm running. I'm booking it.
All right, you're running. All right. You meet
Mr.
back
Honeycutt!
Right, you meet back up with.
Oh, it's fighting for my life out here, please.
Okay. So when you go, you manage to find Mr. Honeycutt at the inn with Mauve. And you give him the coral gem?
I give him the actual gem, yeah.
You give him the actual gem. Okay. Can
I tell him what happened?
You tell him what happened?
Yeah.
He's perplexed by that and honestly really concerned. He kind of wants to know if you know who or what that is.
It's some sort of entity that seems to be able to pop through alternate dimensions and different worlds. It's not good. It's not good.
He says it sounds not good, and it sounds exceedingly concerning, and he's not really, he wants to know. He's really curious. He's like, why does it want the gems? Like, what's its role in this whole thing? Is it the entity responsible?
Can I roll to remember something?
What are you trying to remember?
I'm trying to remember the goal.
The goal?
I'm trying to pull from my memories of previous game sessions.
Oh, previous game sessions.
I'm going a little meta here.
Okay, you're going a little meta. That's okay. What are you trying to remember?
I'm trying to remember if I can remember what his goal was.
His goal was? Okay.
I remember it was mentioned at one point in time, but I'm trying to remember.
In this game or in a different game?
In a different game.
Okay. I guess make a what kind of intelligence stat does Moose the player have? Or would that be a wisdom? What do you think?
Help me.
I guess just roll a d20, but roll with advantage. I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
You've played in a number of games.
I rolled 2s.
Are they 2 2s?
It's 2 2s.
Well, damn. With that, you cannot remember his goal, but you do remember his full name. You've met him before. A long time ago. His name is Nathan R. Thomas.
I know his stupid name.
Oh, okay.
I hate him.
You hate him? You can't remember the details, but you seem to vaguely remember something about Jenga and he said something about playing, and that's about all you remember.
Oh, I don't know what his goal is, but if maybe I'll find out by my group session.
Maybe you'll find out by your group session. Either way, Mr. Honeycutt is absolutely relieved to get this back, and he gives you a pair of gloves. He tells you that they are gloves of thievery.
Yay!
He says, well, there is still more work to do before we can recover the color back to harmony, and now we have this. I'm not particularly sure what this is, what this entity is, or why it's so interested in us. It seems rather powerful, actually.
I don't like it.
Would you? Did you tell him everything?
About what?
about your encounter with Nathan R. Thomas? Did you tell him about the key? That's what I'm getting at.
Oh,
did you tell him that you tricked him and got a key? Or did you leave that out?
I tell him.
You tell him. Okay.
He's a secret society.
He asked to see the key.
I grip it and I show it.
Okay, you grip it and you show it. When he seems to touch it, the key seems weird. Like if he touches it, like you seem to be able to touch it just fine, but if he touches it, the static comes back.
Okay.
And it sort of comes back around like him and the key. Like those two things don't mix well.
Okay, I pull it back. I'm like, okay, that's not good. I don't like the static.
He sort of analyzes it anyway, and he kind of tells you. So I think I have a gist for what that key does, though, if you're interested. As a secondary reward for your bravery. The key seems like it can open any lock.
Oh.
But there does seem to be a bit of a problem with that. It seems like it, when you first open the lock, it doesn't lead to the same place that it should. If does that make sense?
Okay, fair enough.
So it will open the lock, but it
puts me in a weird place.
It may not. The thing in question may not necessarily lead to where. I've got the strange vibe though that if you manage to close it and open it again, it may reverse whatever strange conundrum it causes. So just keep that in mind. And it has got 1d4 uses per day. 1d4
use per day.
So keep that in your tool belt. All right, I need to. Yeah, he's very grateful. He's very excited. He offers to let you join the Lorekeeper Society as a full-fledged member, which basically just means more adventures and stuff down the line.
Yeah.
And he's excited to have somebody so capable on board.
Yay!
Oh yeah, and that concludes your adventure.
I'm not going to use that key. I'm just going to have it for decoration.
You're just going to decorate with that key. I get that.
What more fun is it to have an object that you only use for decoration?
For decoration. Hell yeah.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. That's what's important, is that it looks cool. I'm trying to think
what,
if there's...
costs, but what,
What costs? Alright, he gave you the gloves. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Could you check your character sheet for me, the level 3 one, and see if the gloves are already on there, if you need the stat block for it?
Let me look. Okay.
I feel like they'll be on there.
I feel like it's funny. I didn't have to do any fighting. I talked my way out of everything.
I mean, that's always a possibility, honestly.
Yep, I have the gloves of thievery listed in my equipment.
Okay, cool. So Fel probably has their Mace of Disruption also listed. Excellent. I'm having fun with these. I don't think we've had to do any combat any of them yet, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I say
Meredith's is gonna fight everyone.
Meredith's gonna fight God.
Yeah. Let's see. But you have how long?
I think I have 12
minutes.
Yeah.
So if you need some tea or bathroom break,
I will probably do that really quick. I was nervous. I was like, oh man, is this session running over? But I think, yeah.
Right on time.
Hell yeah, right on time. That was perfect.
Might not have been if I was fighting, but I digress.
Yeah. Apparently another option was getting knocked out by the guards and then getting pulled into the place.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So. And then the other path had a spooky monster in it.
Spooky monster.
Was like more horror.
I just wanted to ride the cart.
That was honestly really fun. That was very fun. I'm glad you got to ride the cart.
I was like, I could go any of these other ways, but you know what? This cart's looking mighty nice to me right now.
A little cart, a little good. So that is your session.
Good.
Did you have fun?
I had fun.
These are really cute, honestly.
Yeah, they were really cute until Nathan showed up.
I mean, it's fine, probably, right?
Stares off into the distance. I don't think so. I don't believe that for a second.
No?
I don't trust it.
What don't you trust, Moose?
I don't trust nobody.
Nobody?
Trust nobody.
Nobody?
I trust somebody. I trust somebody.
Not even Nathan? Wow.
Not Nathan. I don't remember, but I know.
It's like, I don't remember, but I remember enough.
I remember enough.
I
remember enough.
It's okay. Fel also did not like Nathan, so.
Good. Fuck Nathan.
Oh. Alright, let me go get some. Let me refill my tea. And I'll be back.
I will hang out here.
I'm so glad I gave myself an hour and a half on all y'all.
Yes, it's good. Go get your tea.
Right,
I will be here hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, guys. It is me. We wait for Neph to come back. It's Moose! We'll have Merith joining us next. Let me see. Sounds I'm do a little typey. I'm very interested to go back and take a peek at Fel's adventure. It sounded like everyone had a good time. I'm glad that you also did not like Nathan. I hate that guy. We hate that guy in Moose City. I like the setup. The little stool is very cute. Little chair, the little hee-hee-hoo-hoo. Yes, he's very sus. If I could fight one character, it would be Nathan. Nathan's on my list. Beat his ass. So are you guys excited for the next few ones? So we have, I think Merith is coming up next. After Merith, Laz's is 3:30. We got at EST, Benny's is 5. And then Pingu 6:30, and everyone all at once at 8. Hee. Little sleepy. Let's see, Merith is also the wizard. Laz is Stinky. Benny is Stinky. And then we have Pingu. I didn't call Pingu Stinky. I just said, and then Pingu. I called Benny and Laz Stinky. Hey, Pingu. Are you excited to play your session? Stinky. It'll be a good time. I'm excited to see how everyone else's plays out. Ah. Hi, little eepy. Every day I'm a little eepy. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Fellas, I hear some crinkling. Is that Neph? No! Bum, bum.
Hello. I need to posture better. Hello.
Stretch a little. Maris said they are BRBing, should be back by their time, hopefully.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Which is in about 5-ish minutes. And they messaged that at about like 6 minutes ago. So
Okay.
maybe they're just getting some food and stuff.
What y'all talking about?
Just talking. Just chatting.
What you got there?
You know, just vibing.
I just see he seemed very sus and I am very excited.
Oh, it's because I called Laz and Benny Stinky, and Pingu thought I also called him Stinky.
Oh, okay. Yes, not a bee.
Not a bee.
I half expected you to walk out of this with an NPC.
Me? Yeah, you usually would think. But I did some good. I sent.
Depending on what path you picked, that kid was gonna follow you.
Oh, valid?
Uh-huh.
I thought that might be the case. However, we started a union. We got some kobolds set up with a job, perhaps.
Absolutely. They're working at a supermarket now.
Yeah. We got to keep our gym.
Yeah, you got to keep your gym.
I got a cool key, I guess. You know.
If not a bee has a million fans, then I'm one of them. If not a bee has one fan, then I'm that one. If not a bee has no fans, that means I'm dead. Fair, Pingu?
No!
Not a bee is very popular.
I can see that.
Not a bee has a very dedicated fan base.
We switching things up.
We switching things up. Oh, okay. I understand. I was like, man, why does my neck hurt? And it's like, oh, because I'm like
crunching.
I'm crunching real bad because I'm like looking at my tablet for the notes. I guess I could pull my notes up on the computer, but I feel like I read them better on the tablet. Let me go ahead and pull up Maris' session and just refresh.
Make sure you stretch plenty.
I will. I just walked around.
Get lots of water.
Lots of water. Not a bee is a gym. Okay. I think it's funny that you walked out of there with the key.
With the key?
Yeah, with the key.
Yeah.
Like, I knew you were going to, but I was like, in what way?
Yeah. After all, why shouldn't I?
After all, why not?
After all, why not? Bum. Bum, 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 bum. Well, I am also surprised. I was like, usually I get a NPC, but this time instead I just I started a union. I set people up with some jobs. I didn't do any fighting. Just vibing.
You didn't do any fighting. That cute little polyamorous
they should be fine
couple.
now.
That was very cute.
That was very cute.
It kind of came out of nowhere.